Hey everybody, this video brings us out to Orlando, and the reason why we are in Orlando today is to take a look at something that I love documenting and exploring and showing you guys. And we've not done one of these in a little while, so I figured today we would come out here and take a look at this. We are here at the corner of Fern Creek Ave and Park Lake Street, again here in Orlando, to take a look at something that sits right over here at the Colonialtown Square Park. And also, since it is Pride Month, I figured this would be the one of these we'd take a look at, because even though I do love these, and even though I do love exploring these and walking these and again documenting these and showing these, and I find them to be a lot of fun, this one has a little bit of a sad story. Not even a little bit, it's a lot of a sad story behind it. But it is nice that this is here as a memorial, as a dedication. And today we are taking a look at, yes, yet another labyrinth. I'm still excited to walk a labyrinth. It's been a little while for us to have walked a labyrinth. I feel like I was doing one of these at least once a month. It's been a couple of months. So again, even though this labyrinth is here for a very sad reason, I'm still pretty excited to take a walk through the labyrinth. So this labyrinth was dedicated back in December of 2017, and it's a memorial to those who lost their lives at the Pulse Nightclub shooting on June 12th, 2016. And if you look at the outside ring of the labyrinth, you can see all 49 names, 49 people who sadly lost their lives in this shooting. All their names are here around the circumference of the labyrinth. What an awful, horrible, tragic event. Very nice of the city to dedicate some money and some time in this park and to put this labyrinth here so those who were affected by that night, for those who lost loved ones, for those who just want to remember the loved ones, want to remember these people who sadly lost their lives in this tragic, awful, terroristic event, they can come out here and they can walk this labyrinth, be at one with themselves, be at peace with themselves, as you are when you walk a labyrinth. So again, beautiful, beautiful labyrinth, but here for a very somber, sad reason. But nevertheless, we are going to walk the labyrinth. We are going to remember those who did lose their lives, all 49 people who sadly lost their lives in this shooting. We're going to make our way to the heart that's in the center. All right, so we are entering the labyrinth. This is a medieval 11 circuit labyrinth. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 circuits that we're gonna be walking amongst. You can see it's made out of brick pavers. This is a really beautiful, well-maintained, well-kept up labyrinth. In fact, when we got here a few minutes ago, there was actually groundspeople out here spraying all sorts of chemicals that thankfully have dried up, though I'm sure we're still breathing in and still ingesting as we walk amongst this. But they're out here keeping up with the park, spraying the labyrinth, making sure that all these things growing up, all the weeds growing up in between the bricks are dying, and this labyrinth is maintained and kept up. So the town does put some time and effort and again money into not only do they put the time and effort and money into building this, but they put their time and effort and money into maintaining this, which seems only right. I mean, if the town were to build this and then to let it fall into disrepair, that would not only just be ridiculous due to the fact that they spent the time and money and effort to build this and then let it fall into disrepair, which I've seen many labyrinths unfortunately suffer that fate, but it would be disrespectful as well to those who did lose their lives. So they are out here maintaining this, keeping this labyrinth beautiful. And again, even though it is here for a very somber, sad reason, it really is a beautiful labyrinth. And as per usual with a labyrinth, I have no idea where I am. I'm only assuming I'm walking the correct path. What did you say? How did I get so far behind you?
Yeah.
You went, I mean, you're not that far ahead of me, I don't think. I'm trying to talk and also pay attention to where I'm walking, because that is one of the issues with a labyrinth, is that you can get very, very easily lost. You can actually step over a line and find yourself on the wrong path and not have any idea where you are. I still really want to find a labyrinth, even though my agoraphobia, my anxiety would not handle a labyrinth like this at all. I would definitely, probably, most likely 100% go into a panic attack and not be doing very well. I do want to find one that's more of like a hedge maze sort of labyrinth. They got to exist.
I will go with you to that.
You will or won't?
I will.
But I don't want to find a maze. It can't be like a hedge maze. It has to be a hedge labyrinth. I want one way in, one way out, and maybe some escape routes. That would be nice. So there were little maybe doors within the hedges, so that if you do have a panic attack, if you do feel like you're lost, if you do get scared, you can find your way out. That would be nice. That's why I always kind of do well with corn mazes.
I was gonna say we do corn mazes.
But that's why I do okay with corn mazes.
Just bust out of them.
Yes, because my anxiety keeps saying to myself, I'm in the middle of a corn maze. I don't know where I am. I don't know how to get out of here. This is kind of scary, but if need be, I'm bolting through the stalks.
I'm like the corn maze champion.
You are really good at corn mazes, but I will just bust right through the walls of the corn maze. I don't care what the rules are. I don't care what they say. If I have a panic attack, I'm going through the walls of the corn maze. So that's how I rationalize my brain when it comes to corn mazes. I just think I can get out of here anytime I want if I really, really need to. If I'm in like a hedge maze and I can't get through the hedges, then I'd be a little nervous. One of these days, I'm gonna find a hedge labyrinth. They've got to exist. If you guys know where one is, leave your comments down below. So I have no idea where we are right now. I don't know if I'm near you're on the outside? Oh no, you're way over there.
I know, you're very far behind.
I am very far behind you. So I don't know where I am. I don't know if we're close to the middle, if we still have some ways to go, but as we're walking, I am reading every one of these names. There's Juan, Pablo, Riviera, Valquez, Kimberly, Jean, Morris. I'm not going to read everybody's name, but you can see all the names again of those who sadly lost their lives at the shooting. It's just such a stupid, pointless thing for somebody to do. We don't have to agree with each other. We don't have to always get along. I don't have to agree with you. You don't have to agree with me. Maybe my lifestyle isn't something you're into. Maybe your lifestyle isn't something I'm into. Maybe I don't agree with your lifestyle. Maybe you don't agree with my lifestyle or whoever's, whatever. That's okay. That's fine. You just go along living your life. You don't have to be bothered by that. Just because maybe I don't get along with somebody else or agree with somebody else, I just don't interact with that person. If I don't agree with somebody else's beliefs or what they're doing or who they are, I just go my step away. I go continuing to live my life and let them continue to live their life, because chances are their life isn't impacting my life at all in any way whatsoever. So to see stuff like this happen where people just can't just go on living their life, and they're just so bothered by other people who just don't impact their lives, don't have any effect on their life whatsoever. Things like this don't need to happen. Things like this shouldn't happen. This should never have happened. It's just sad. If we could all just learn to get it, like, can't we all just get along? Like, that's what we need to do. Or if we can't get along, if you just for whatever reason in your head just can't get past somebody else's lifestyle, do you find your way to the center already? Am I lost? If you for some reason just can't get past somebody else's lifestyle or what they do, you don't agree with it for whatever reason, just something personal, religion, whatever the reason is, you don't agree with somebody else's lifestyle, like just keep on living your life, because chances are their life is not impacting your life in any way whatsoever. Just let them be, and they will let you be. You can live your life, they can live their life. Do unto others as you would have others do on to you, right? Isn't that what we're supposed to, what the teachings we're supposed to have learned and appreciate? That's what I say. Again, these people should still be, this labyrinth should not be here. As much as I love enjoying walking this labyrinth, as happy as I am that I get to walk and explore yet another labyrinth. I would actually like it if this labyrinth wasn't here and we did not have to walk this labyrinth. Where am I? How haven't I made it? How have I not made it to the end yet? Anyway, so yes. Can't we all just get along? Yes, we can. And we should. Things like this should not exist. And with those words of wisdom from myself and from the Bible, from Jesus, I suppose.
Human decency.
Yeah, exactly. With those words of human decency, we have found our way to the center of the labyrinth. This here is a prismatic Orlando United heart. It's really cool looking. It looks like kind of like patchwork or like stained glass. This is a really, really cool looking rainbow heart. I'm digging this. I like all the different triangles. They're all cut up in the way they blend into one another. That's a really cool looking heart. That's a cool center of a labyrinth. Sure beats coming across a minotaur. This is much, much better. A much better thing to find in the center of a labyrinth. A sign of unity and love and respect for one another right here in the center of the labyrinth. We made it. We've done it. We found the center. You got there way, way, way before I did.
Because I am also
found
the
it.
labyrinth master.
You're the labyrinth master, the corn maze. You're just master of everything. You're perfect and the best at everything. Right?
Thanks, babe.
Yes. All right. But in the words of wisdom from Sean, my son, you're not done a labyrinth until you've walked around it from the inside to the outside. So we have to do this now again. I do wish there was some more shade though. It's getting a little toasty out right now. All right, so here we go. Once again, walking the labyrinth from the inside, from the prismatic heart to the outside of the labyrinth, to the names of those who sadly did lose their lives at the Pulse Nightclub shooting. And I need to stop spinning around in circles because I am going to lose my way and I will not know where I am in this labyrinth. Although, again, as I've said many times before, there is no right way, there is no wrong way to do a labyrinth. That's what they always say. You can run a labyrinth, you can walk a labyrinth, you can skip a labyrinth. If you really wanted to, you could just hop over the lines and make your way to the center. It doesn't matter. Whatever you enjoy, whatever brings you happiness, whatever makes you at one with yourself and calms you down and brings you peace and happiness. That's what you do in a labyrinth. For me, it is walking the actual path. I do enjoy walking the path of the labyrinth and trying to find my way in and out and not having any idea where I am and assuming I'm coming towards the end only to find out that I've maybe walked a quarter of the labyrinth and I still have so much more to go. It is amazing how they pack so much into this circle. I mean, it's not a huge layout. The space of the amount of land that this labyrinth takes up isn't a ton of land. It's not a ton of space, but they sure do pack a lot of maze into one little area. That's what I love about a labyrinth. You don't need a lot of space. You don't need a huge plot of land. You just need enough to weave some paths through, and you can have yourself a good time. Or you can just be again at one with yourself, meditate, find some peace and calm and serenity. And in the case of this labyrinth, remember those whose lives were sadly lost and who should still be with us to this day. So again, there is no right way or wrong way to do a labyrinth, but I feel like Danielle kind of just books it through the labyrinth. Look at that. She is done already from point A to point B very, very quickly. I don't know. I take my time. I just kind of stroll a little bit. What do you do?
I walk the middle.
Oh, so you make it a point to walk like on the very middle?
Yes.
Do you like walk one foot in front of the other like this? All right. She still makes her way very quickly through the labyrinth. I don't know. I stroll gingerly through the labyrinth. I just take my time. In this case, reading all the different names as I come across them. Again, this is a very beautiful labyrinth. We saw some people out here enjoying the park when we got here until they decided to come and start spraying chemicals all over everything, which wasn't as much fun. That kind of cleared out the park fairly fairly quickly, but we stuck around. We decided to continue to walk the labyrinth anyway. We drove all the way out here. It was about a 45 half-hour-ish drive out here to see this labyrinth. But again, it's been a long time since I've done a labyrinth. I've wanted to come back out, explore a labyrinth. And since it was Pride Month, I figured this would be the perfect labyrinth to explore. Even though, again, it was built for a very sad, tragic reason. Still seemed right this month to visit this labyrinth. By the way, I don't think I'm anywhere near the end yet. And Danielle's in the shade because it's very hot. Me, I don't know where I am. I don't know if I messed up. I have no idea if I'm still even going the right way. I don't know if I maybe accidentally stepped over a line. I think maybe I'm heading in the right. See, why am I heading back towards now I'm heading back towards the center. I think this is right. I have no idea at this point. We may find ourselves back in the center by accident, or maybe this is right. Now I'm booking it. Now I'm walking fast because I'm getting nervous that I went the wrong way. Okay, we're heading. There's the exit. We're not quite there yet. Okay, I did it. I have found the exit. I walked from the beginning to the middle, and from the middle to the beginning. We've done it. There we go. We have walked the labyrinth. And Danielle is very smart because, yes, it is getting very toasty out. When we got here, there was a nice breeze blowing. The sun was behind the clouds. Mm-hmm. That's not the case anymore. Now it's very
toasty in the middle.
Now it's very warm. It's a very toasty, yes, a very toasty labyrinth. There's a lot of shade around the labyrinth, just not so much in the center of the labyrinth. And now I'm thinking of something else brilliant. I want to find a labyrinth with a big tree in the center. Why don't they do that?
Ooh,
How cool would that be? Giant tree, big like oak tree or something right in the center. Labyrinth built around it. That's got to exist.
I wonder though, like if the root system would like impact.
I mean, probably, but it still needs to be a thing. I want to see this. We now have goals. We have to visit a labyrinth. We had a hedge maze labyrinth.
That would be cool.
And we had to visit a labyrinth with a tree growing out of the center. I know these have to exist. Leave your comments down below. Let me know where these labyrinths exist, and we will go visit them because, again, somber, sad story behind this labyrinth, but I still love visiting and walking any labyrinth. And this is, again, a very beautiful labyrinth built by the city of Orlando. So I figured before we actually leave the labyrinth, it would only be right to show the names of everybody who did sadly lose their lives at that tragic event back on June 12th, 2016 at the Pulse Nightclub. So leave comments down below if you happen to know anybody who was affected by this tragedy. Maybe somebody who was there. Maybe, unfortunately, you knew somebody who lost their life in that event. Maybe somebody here was your friend, brother, your sister, just some relative, a loved one. Leave your comments down below. I don't believe I actually knew anybody who was there at the club or who passed away at the club, but I do certainly remember the story, remember hearing about it, remember just thinking about how tragic and awful of an event it was. Not that one life doesn't matter, but like 49 lives do matter. But I just remember hearing that number of 49 and thinking that is so many people who did not need to lose their life. So many people who should still be here to this day. People who should still be enjoying their lives. People whose families should still be together. People who loved these people who should still be together with them. I just remember, again, hearing that number of 49 and thinking that's an insane amount of people. Again, one person would have been too many, but just 49 people who sadly lost their lives in that shooting. Awful, horrible, tragic event. But again, you can come out here to Orlando. You can walk this labyrinth. You can remember those who lost their lives. If you were affected by this tragic event, again, whether you just knew somebody who was there, maybe you were there, or you lost somebody, or just the idea of something so horrible happening just hit you and affected you, you can come out here and walk the labyrinth, be at one with yourself, be at peace with yourself, and remember the names of all of those who did lose their lives. Sad, awful, tragic thing. Again, cool labyrinth, happy that I could come out here and enjoy this and walk this labyrinth, but all things considered, I'd kind of rather it not need to be here. Danielle's smart. She's still sitting there in the shade. That's what I should be doing right now. It is crazy hot out here at the moment. Thankfully, the sun did just go behind a cloud, but any second it's gonna come back out from behind that cloud and it's gonna get brutally warm. I'm already like sweating through my shirt right now. So this is, again, this is the Colonialtown Square Park. It says park opens from 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. No vehicles allowed in the park. Alcohol is not permitted in the park. Pets must be on a leash. Clean up after your pet. Sleeping is not permitted in the park, and no skateboarding or rollerblading allowed in the park either. So those are the rules you have to live by coming out here to visit this park. All that stuff sounds pretty standard. Makes sense. I don't think anybody should be out here letting their animals run wild or defecate on the memorial. And as much as I grew up loving skateboarding, and as much as I may have skateboarded in places where definitely I was not supposed to be skateboarding when I was a kid, this would be one of the places that even as a kid I would have went, let's avoid skateboarding right here. They could have built this whole place out like a really awesome skate park, and I still would have been like, no, let's avoid skating here. So yeah, don't come out here. Don't do anything to disrupt those who are out here, again, paying their respects and whatnot. And certainly don't do anything to disrespect this amazing, beautiful memorial. I think I'm saying this now because the sun went behind a cloud. I think I want to walk the labyrinth one more time, but I know as soon as that sun peeks out, I'm gonna change my mind. All right, so show me how it's done. One foot in front of the other like this, like you're on a tightrope. That's how you do it. Is that how you're doing it? Mm-hmm. What if I did it backwards?
You'll probably fall.
I will definitely, no, I won't probably fall. I will absolutely 100% definitely fall. So again, the sun has gone behind a cloud. Now it feels really nice out here, but any second now, I think we're gonna be darting back to the shade of the trees. But I don't know, I don't want to stop walking the labyrinth. So every time I come to a labyrinth, I just want to continue to just walk it over and over and over again. And as long as that sun stays behind that cloud, I will continue to walk this labyrinth over and over and over again. Am I in front of you now?
Yeah.
Hey, I'm finally in the, wait, wait, hold on. I'm gonna do this like Danielle does it.
I don't know.
And okay, now I'm like a mile ahead of Danielle. she still will somehow beat me. Somehow she will find her way to the center of the labyrinth before I do. I don't know how.
Most efficient way.
I'll tell you one thing though. Even though the sun went behind a cloud, it is so warm out here, and running that for those 3 seconds winded me. And once again, we have found ourselves to the center. How did you beat me again?
Yes, I am an efficient labyrinther.
A what?
Efficient labyrinther.
Just like that, we have our hashtag for the end of the video. So once again, somehow Danielle has beaten me to the center of the labyrinth, the beautiful center of the labyrinth. Again, much better than a Minotaur. Happy to see a beautiful patchwork, stained glass, mosaic. What is it? Prismatic heart of unity. Much better to come across. But with that being said, I still want to, that again, things we need to find in labyrinths. I want to find a labyrinth where the center of it, there's maybe like a, not a live Minotaur, but a statue of a Minotaur, right?
Cool.
That would be cool. I know these things exist. They have to exist. There's no way there's not a hedge maze labyrinth. There's no way there's not a labyrinth without a tree growing up in the center. And there's no way there's not a labyrinth with a minotaur waiting for you. A non-live, scary, half-man, half-bull minotaur waiting for you. A statue of a minotaur waiting for you in the center. Those things have to exist, and we have to find them. But again, this is better than a statue of a minotaur. This is better than a tree. This is a heart of unity, which is something we need to embrace and remember. And this is a great message for, again, a very tragic event. I'll tell you one thing though. Should we walk it again? Because the sun is still behind the cloud.
It also looks like it might rain.
But that'll make it cooler. I'm walking the labyrinth again. I don't care. I'll do this 20 more times, and somehow this time I'm determined to beat you. The sun is still behind the clouds, and once again I have found my way out of the what? Hi.
Efficient labyrinther.
Once again, I have found my way out of the labyrinth and somehow was beaten. Even though I started first and was ahead of you. Fish in my foot. Anyway, all right, guys, that is going to do it from the Colonialtown Square Park here in Orlando and the 11 Circuit medieval labyrinth here dedicated to those who did lose their lives at the Pulse Nightclub shooting. Again, tragic, horrible event. This should not have to be here, but it was nice of the city to dedicate their money and their time to put something like this in a park and dedicate it to those who did lose their lives. Because as awful and tragic as these events are, and as much as we would like to just be like, oh, like, I don't even want to think about that, it is something we should remember. Because we want to make sure things like this don't happen again. We don't want to see this ever again. We want to remember all of those who did lose their lives. We do want to, as awful as it is, as much as we might not like it, we want to remember this tragic event so we don't see things like this ever happen again, because this should not have happened. Again, we should all learn to live with each other. We should all learn to respect each other. Just because your lifestyle and my lifestyle might not be the same, it doesn't matter. We can all still live in harmony and be happy with one another. You can do your thing, I can do my thing, and we can just live in harmony and be happy with one another. And things like this do not need to happen. People's lives do not need to be lost. We need to just eradicate hate in general and just learn to live with one another, right?
Yes.
Right. All right, guys, so that's gonna do it for this very exciting, because I got to visit a new labyrinth I've never been to before, but also sad video due to the tragic event in which this labyrinth was created for. So very mixed feelings. I love visiting a new labyrinth. I love walking new labyrinths. This is a beautiful labyrinth. If you are a fan, if you like to visit labyrinths as well, I highly recommend coming out here and checking this one out. But again, mixed feelings because it's a very sad, tragic, awful, horrible story. And as I've said many times in this video, as amazing and as beautiful and as great as this labyrinth is, and I love the fact that the town keeps up with it and it is in really good, pristine condition, I do kind of wish maybe that it was never here in the first place because, again, of the event in which it was built for. These names should not be here. These people should be enjoying their lives, having fun with their loved ones and their family and their boyfriends and their girlfriends, and just living life like the rest of us. But unfortunately, that's not the case. And as such, we do have this labyrinth here. So get out here, check out this labyrinth if you were a fan of labyrinths, or if your life was maybe affected by those tragic events, or you want to remember the names of those whose lives were lost. Definitely a labyrinth I would highly recommend. But all right, guys, with that, thank you so much for checking out this video. Be sure to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, check down below for links to Patreon. If you guys do become a patron, I will send you a postcard every single month from the road. Also check down below for a link to Spreadshirt where you can grab yourself retro rest stop t-shirts, and also hit that join button and you guys can become a member of this channel and get early access to all my videos. All that stuff helps support the show, brings us out to places like this. So I really do appreciate the help and the support. And if you guys watch this video all the way until the very end, hashtag...
What did I say? Efficient labyrinther?
Efficient labyrinther. Hashtag efficient labyrinther. if you guys watch this video all the way. I mean, you beat me 4 times, so I guess so. Hashtag that down below if you guys watch this video all the way until the very end. And like I said, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. And if you do hit that subscribe button or you are subscribed, then I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.
Bye.
Bye. All right, so we learned a very valuable lesson with today's video, and that is filming sad things together doesn't really work.
Witty banter.
Witty banter.
Was not appropriate.
Not really something that we can really do.
I was teary like half the time.
It's a very confusing, weird moment when you want to keep things somewhat lighthearted, but like you gotta walk that fine line between, you know, getting too witty and too overly lighthearted.
I was tearing up every time you were like talking about anything.
Yeah, so all right. I'll film my sad topics alone for now on. How's that sound? And then we'll do the fun, witty things together. How's that sound? All right, yeah. All right, thanks for watching, guys. Have a good one. Bye.